What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you another episode of Do They Have a Chance for Smash Ultimate? So think of this series as a sort of rate that character, rate their chances sort of series. I did something like this last summer, had a blast with it, and I figured, you know what, let's do it again for characters or potentially characters that could be in the Smash Ultimate Fighter Pass for DLC. So, yeah, as you can tell, today's character of choice is Banjo. And, yeah, so we're basically going to go over a few pros and cons, and then at the end I'll give my opinion on what I think their percentage is to be in Smash Bros. As a DLC fighter. And remember to leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comments as well. And, yeah, if you have any points or, counterpoints or whatever it might be, yeah, let me know down in the comments. Again, sorry, no face cam. I'm out of town right now, dog sitting, but hey, it is what it is. So, with that being said, let's jump into the first fact, shall we? So, fact number one, Banjo Kazooie started off as a Nintendo exclusive on the N64. And you can see three games over on the right. You got Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie, and then they had Banjo Kazooie Grunty's Revenge, I believe it was, for the Game Boy Advance as well. So Banjo has quite the rich history with Nintendo in this case. They had some of the biggest must-own games on Nintendo 64 at the time. Still kind of, if you have an N64, there's a good chance you have a Banjo game in your collection. It was just like, it's just part of Nintendo. They have such a great history. They, mash well with everybody. I don't know. It's just the whole fact. Banjo's just kind of like a Nintendo character. Yes, I know Rare owns the character, but they just have that Nintendo feel to them. And maybe someday we can get these guys back, but who knows? It would be really awesome to see. So definitely a lot of history with Nintendo. So moving on, fact number two. With game development starting to increase, and this is like in the very early 2000s, Nintendo decided not to provide more capital, more funds and all that stuff for Rare, the studio, to, kind of cover the cost and that stuff to help them out. Or Nintendo didn't even decide to purchase the company's remaining stake in Rare. So ultimately, Rare was kind of left in a weird situation where they kind of had to take meetings from other companies. I know Microsoft was obviously one because they ended up buying them in 2002 for $375 million. I believe Activision was another company that they talked to, but I believe it was Activision. So Rare kind of started, the cost developments for the games that kind of started to catch up with them, and they needed somebody to help kind of fund their games. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't do it, so Rare ended up having to sell to Microsoft, and well, that's where they sit for now. So we'll see what happens with that in the future. But Microsoft, yeah, Microsoft did make that game, Banjo Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Yes. Well, let's just say we don't talk about it. So I think the picture on screen pretty much says it. If you're a Banjo Kazooie fan, that's where the game is, and that's we don't unbury it. We don't talk about it. It didn't happen. It pretty much did not happen. That's how we that's how we look at it. So yeah, just enough with that. So let's move on. So next fact, to I guess big point in favor for this actually, is Phil Spencer, the head of Microsoft, said that on more than one occasion, back in the the Smash ballot for Wii U 3DS, he gave his blessing here on Twitter. I got the little screen cap. And then again, when Smash Ultimate was revealed, he again said that he's more than willing to let Banjo be in Smash. That's what's great about Phil Spencer. He knows, he understands the history of Banjo and where he came from. He came from Nintendo. It was a Nintendo game for the most part. It has, like we said, it has such a great history. A lot of great selling games. Like I said, Banjo's just it just feels like a Nintendo game. It was for a while. Sadly, it's not anymore, but you know what? You never know. This is like a point in favor because Microsoft and Nintendo have started working together, and I will cover that in just a little bit. But the partnership, having two companies kind of come together and understand, hey, this character, has a great history and all that stuff. So, yeah, let's just kind of move on to the big three. So when you talk about characters, there's always big three topics. Are they popular? Do they have a moveset that's easy to come up with? And are they relevant? Well, popular among Smash community, absolutely. Against hardcore gamer fans, that are, grew up in the 90s and, yes, popularity, absolutely. Especially for Smash Bros, that'd be huge. Absolutely huge announcement. Are they, do they have an easy moveset? Absolutely. And there's always that comparison that they would get to Duck Hunt. So you can kind of with Kazooie on the back of Banjo maybe doing like a little peck attack, I guess that could kind of fit and work there. So, yeah, I suppose, no, I don't suppose. No, moveset is very easy. But relevancy, no. Banjo hasn't been relevant since, I believe it's 2010 was Banjo's last actual appearance. Was it on, it was like Sonic and Sega's All-Star Team Racing sort of thing, whatever. So, yeah, that was, back in 2010, so it's been a while. But let's move on to fact number 6 here. So this is actually a good one. Very big point in favor for Banjo here. So, Banjo, with Microsoft, if you haven't heard, Microsoft is planning to bring Xbox Live to the Nintendo Switch, and I believe Android and iOS devices at some point in the future. So, I mean, right there, they're not bringing it to PlayStation. They're going to bring it to the Nintendo Switch. That just kind of shows, the cooperation between the two companies, the partnership that these two might have. That's just good for gaming in general. Because, I mean, Xbox games on the Switch would be absolutely phenomenal. That'd be awesome. Maybe they bring the Game Pass over and you get access to all that stuff. That'd be pretty cool, in my opinion. Would be pretty cool. But Microsoft was also had a big hand in bringing Cuphead over to the Nintendo Switch as well, which I believe releases this month. Right? What's the date? I don't think it's released yet, but I think it's coming up. It will be released. So, Microsoft's helping bring stuff over to the Switch. Yeah, quite a lot. Xbox Live and Cuphead. Potentially, maybe we get to see a new Banjo game in the works. Maybe even if it's just a remake or like a remaster of, Banjo Kazooie. Maybe it's a collection like Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Kazooie, or Banjo Tooie, something like that. Maybe a collection would be awesome. Take the route like Crash and Spyro did, because that seemed to help. It helped bring Crash back into relevancy, and it's always fun to go back and play older games, even if they are remastered. Hey, it's something fans love. I would personally love to see it. I think it would help Microsoft and Nintendo. Maybe just release it for just both those platforms. I would have no problem. Maybe Microsoft slightly gets a exclusive deal, timeline wise. I could see that happening, but I'm just going to give you my I guess my point of or my decision that I'm coming up with. You see 75%. I believe there's a lot going into this that kind of favors Banjo, honestly. You have great history on their consoles. You have the head of Microsoft already saying numerous times on Twitter, saying that he's more than willing to let Banjo Kazooie be in Super Smash Brothers. He's more than willing to let that happen, which is awesome. So you kind of got that. You just have to sit down in a meeting and kind of come up with terms. And I truly believe that Nintendo would be more than willing to get Banjo in Smash Bros. They know how big that this character could be in Smash Bros. How much hype and how much buzz that it would generate, and anything that can benefit Nintendo, I'm sure they're more than willing to do that, even if they have to shell out some money for a third-party license to get somebody like Banjo. But the possibilities and the doors that this could open is just, there's a lot. Not just getting not just getting Banjo into Smash, but like I was saying, bring Banjo back into relevancy, I know Rare is currently really busy working on Sea of Thieves, so maybe not anytime in the near future, but you never know. Maybe they could put a small team together and maybe work on a remaster. I think that would be great. And then, like I said, you could put it on the Switch, and you could put it on the Xbox One as well. just all around this, I think there's just a lot going for him. Yeah, I know I said Banjo hasn't been relevant in quite a while, but you know what? I think you can overlook that, especially when it comes to Smash Bros. And characters that get talked about in Smash. It's pretty simple. Banjo's always at the top of a lot of people's wish list, always at the top of just speculation. Characters, you know, that just get talked about. So Banjo, I believe, actually has a really good chance. Yes, I didn't touch on the point, and I want to really quick. Yes, if Microsoft were to get a rep in Smash Bros., yeah, Banjo would be fighting with probably a couple other characters for a potential spot for Microsoft. Of course, you have Steve for Minecraft. Vergaben the leaker did say there was supposed to be Minecraft content in Smash Bros. He said that last, summer of 2018. Said that it was supposed to be in the base game. Never got anything, and I highly doubt Nintendo would have had all that stuff ready back last summer and then just hold off on it for DLC far down the road. That doesn't make too much sense to me. So I'm kind of, I don't see, I guess I just don't see Minecraft as likely as I once did. And then of course you got Master Chief and Halo, but you already got Frank O'Connor from 343 Industries stating no, Master Chief's not going to be in Smash DLC. So there you go. So that is my opinion on the character Banjo. I give 75% chance. I think he's one of the more likely characters to happen. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You got Banjo. Do you think he's in? Do you want him in, first of all? And if you do, what's your percentage? If you don't want him, what's your percentage? Or if you're just neutral, what do you think his chances are to get in the game? Overall, I think he'd be a fantastic and phenomenal fit in Smash Bros. And it'd just be awesome to see him be able to duke it out with characters like Mario and Donkey Kong. And, you know, all his old Nintendo buddies. That'd be awesome to see. But with that being said, this one is over. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.